Mouse is a great book by a very talented artist named Art Spiegelman. Mouse is a comic book. Well, maybe not exactly a comic book, as you might normally think of them. It's really a graphic novel, a novel in comic book form. When I tell you that Mouse is a graphic novel, and the characters are talking animals like cats and mice, you might think that's a little weird. I know, right? Except they don't look like this in the book. More like this, and this. But believe it or not, Mouse is actually a true story. The author just chose to draw animals instead of people. That's right, true. Anyway, parts of the book take place in Poland during the beginning of World War II, and other parts of the book take place after World War II, around the 1970s, in Rego Park, New York. The story switches back and forth between the life of Art's father in Poland during the Holocaust and what happens after in New York between Art and his father. The parts of the book that take place after the war show Art talking with his father, and you basically get to follow Art on his journey as he interviews his father to write the very book that you are reading. Pretty cool. The book begins with the author, Art, visiting his father, Vladek, to ask him questions about his life as a Jew in Poland. It's not long before Vladek begins telling his story to Art, and he starts by describing his life before the war, his engagement, his increasing success in the textile industry, the birth of his first son. As Hitler's power increases in Europe, though, things start to go downhill for Vladek, his family, and many of his friends. So why should you read Mouse? Well, if you ever thought history was boring, you won't think so anymore. Mouse opens a window into the history of the Holocaust, using the real-life story of the author's father to illustrate the horrors that countless Jews faced during that time, and the emotional and psychological effects that linger even after the war ended. And, if you enjoy Mouse and want to learn even more, you can read more about Art Spiegelman, his father, and the Holocaust in Mouse 2, and Here My Troubles Began.